Now, of course, some of the technique stuff that we're going to do might fly in the face of what you're taught to do in your martial arts school or your style, your system. And I'm not saying that what we're going to do today is right. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm saying this is something to be aware of, to think about, and that's as far as it goes. If you like it, cool. If you don't, don't. All right. So, Lucas, throw a punch for me. Just throw a punch, stick it out. Okay. Now this is a pretty traditional punch, isn't it? It's horizontal, normal fist, coming off the shoulder. If we're punching high, we're here. If we're punching lower, we're here. Right? This is the punch that I would say, my experience, 95+% of martial arts schools are going to teach. Maybe we've got a vertical punch, but most of them are here. And then where are we teaching that the power comes out of, right? The first two knuckles or the middle knuckle, right? So put your hand back out there for me. So we're doing this. Now, what makes this strong? It's all the muscles that are engaged while we're doing it. It's the lower body because we're secure. I'm not going to change that. It's this shoulder and the arm being strong, right? If I punch, right, it's tight, right? And if you're familiar with the concept of sun shin, I could come along, I could smack him, right? And those muscles are tight. But here's one. Are you super ticklish?
No, not
okay, well, we're going to find out. There's one in here. It's the lats. Okay? Latissimus dorsi, whatever you want to call it. And right now it's off. Now, Lucas, turn this over. And I want you to think strong, bring this down, just down a hair. Oh. You feel the difference in that, don't you? Yeah, that muscle's on now. It adds to the punch. This is one of the reasons that through my playing around, research, talking to people, whatever you want to call it, that vertical punches have a place. But we don't necessarily have to choose, okay? So we can get that lat engagement up until the point where that pinky, Nish, can you come around here and catch a little bit more of the hand? So lats squeeze in here for me. And then as soon as that goes over, it turns off, right? So we want to think about maybe a small adjustment. And notice the shoulder, right? We've got to drop that shoulder a little bit too. If I'm up here, you know, kind of like I'm boxing, and I have that straight right, the shoulder comes up. There's no lat here. I've got to bring it down. Shoulder's got to be fully down, and I've got to have just a little bit left before it quite turns over. Now I get the lat. Okay, so I get almost all the power from the rotation. 95, got 8,000, I don't know, a lot of percent, almost all of it. But by here, I can still turn it over from here, and now I've got the power of my lat too. Now, if we were going to get really fancy with demos here, we'd have, you know, a couple dozen people, and we'd test a before and an after with boards and everything. We're not doing that. So here's what I want you to do. And actually, here's a demo. So put your hand out in the punch that you had. Okay. Stand there strong. Strong here. Okay. Now, drop that shoulder. Turn that here, just a hair. Okay. Did we rehearse that? Did I even tell you about that, Mr. Grout?
No, sir.
No. I wanted to do it live the first time because I didn't want to mess it up. Power, like you just punched through me, okay? And it doesn't have to be all the way here. It can be just a little bit. As long as that lat's engaged, it's so much more stable. If you talk to people who bench press, they talk about the importance of the lat. They're muscles that we often forget about in martial arts, and I don't think we should. So, play with it. Not necessarily here,